started today. Let's get started today. Hey, much on the agenda, much to talk about and discuss. I want to start off. Hey, I want to start off. What's going on with these flights? For real, I've been scared every time I look at my phone. It's something related to a flight. Recently, this is one of the scariest ones I've seen in recent. Is the Delta flight carrying 80 passengers. There's a crash landing at Toronto Airport. That looks something out of a movie. If you ever seen the movie Flight with starring Denzel Washington, that looked crazy. To where it was a crash landing that was caught. But it was crash landing in snow, and then also as soon as it landed and crash landed, it flipped over. So it's really straight out of a movie, causing a fire to the plane. But thank God, all 80 passengers survived. I'm just wondering it now, like, has it always been this many plane crashes, or is it just, or is the media doing something to where now we're seeing it more? Because I've never seen so many plane crashes in my life. But I'm sure it happens, but like how it's broadcasting and how the media is pushing it, it's like you see it every 5 seconds. And I don't know what that has to deal with. I'm not going all into the deep bag of what's going on behind the closed doors, but it is alarming though. It is alarming because every time you open your phone, you see a plane crash of some sort. But I'm just thankful, and I'm sure the passengers are thankful for their lives. Thank God, because all 80 passengers made it out. It was like a movie, for real. You had passengers that were filming getting out of the plane. It was crazy, and it makes you scared to really fly and travel. Like it's like, what do you do in that situation when you have to travel, you have to do things, but you have this anxiety about flying because you just never know what's going to happen, what's going to go on. And Delta is offering $30K. That not enough. My life was on the line. I could have died. $30K is not enough at all. And I think as these days go along, it's going to be a joint lawsuit of all the passengers. And if it's not for me as an individual passenger, and if I was on the plane, oh yeah, no, $30K is not enough. It's not enough for the trauma, the pain and suffering. Like that's traumatic. I would never want to get on a plane again if that happened to me. Never. And it's rightfully so. Like, so I think they have a big lawsuit coming, and then they wanted to throw that $30K out there because you are going to have people that grab the $30K. I'm not going to act like it's $30K is a little amount of money, but for the trauma and what that was experienced, oh no. They looking at if you guys ever seen Soul Plane, look here, my face will be on the side of the plane. That joint will be phased on airline when I'm through, for sure. Because it ain't no way in the world that I'm not, that lawsuit is anything under 100, 200, or 300K. For real, I would want, for me, unlimited flights on Delta, free. And then also you would have to throw me the bag as well too. You can't even imagine how traumatic that experience is for somebody. And then when it landed, they trying to, the certain passengers were like trying to get off, and you had certain people talking to them in a nasty way. It's like, bro, I just experienced something traumatic. And thank God, and thank God for, if you want to be honest, for the person who was flying the plane. Because regardless of anything, even if it was a crash landing, they got them there safe enough for their lives not to be lost. Because that could have went a whole total another way. And it's like I was saying, I don't understand what's going on. I don't know if the media is pushing this agenda as far as like the flights, but I just see it a lot more. It's scary though. I see it a lot more. Y'all let me know what y'all would think. What is a good offer? If you were on that flight, what is a good offer? And yes, everything is not money based, but for my trauma and what I experienced, I'm getting something back in return. I'm leaving here with something. And the conversation is going around too. It's been certain airlines. Y'all always give flack to Spirit Airlines, Frontier, all that about how cheap it is or whatever the case may be. I ain't hear nothing about Spirit. I ain't hear nothing about Southwest. I ain't hear nothing about Frontier. So y'all can talk trash all you want. I'm gonna be on them flights regardless. I don't care what nobody say. How cheap it is or how it is as an airline. It gets you to and from. I don't hear no nonsense about none of them. Like the airlines I've been hearing about is like Delta. It's like the ones that you wouldn't expect. Delta, Alaska, all those type of airlines that you wouldn't expect. Nope. I'm good. I'm good flying my Spirit. I am totally fine. I don't hear no problems. I don't hear nothing that's going on. I hear things that are happening behind the closed doors as far as the operations and their team and things going on behind the closed doors, but that's way above my pay grade. But I just know that I'm keeping an eye on these certain airlines that's going through these things. Because it's happening out of nowhere. Like from us as a viewer, it's happening out of nowhere. But maybe this is going on. But I've never seen so many flights crash landing, so many incidents that are happening. Like, and for anybody that has lost their lives in these recent since 2025, our prayers and condolences. Seriously, because people have lost their lives. That's why I said for these 80 passengers, no, this is life changing. Life changing. For me, I would never want to get on a flight again. And if I do, it's either if you've seen Soul Plane, Kevin Hart, it's either I'm buying, you giving me the whole airline. I want my face on the side of it. I want unlimited flights, or you giving me the bag. It's simple as that. I have to have some type of conversation in that regard. Y'all let me know what y'all would be looking for if you guys were in a crash landing and survived. And it's just thank God that all passengers survived. That's all I'm with that one, because if you seen that joint, that was wild. It landed, but it ended up flipping on its side. Like the passengers getting out, but they getting out when the plane is flipped upside down. It looks like a scene out of a movie. Then you had snow on the ground. That was crazy. That was crazy. I am happy that nobody was hurt and nobody was injured. But 30K, stop playing, Delta. Stop playing. Y'all know that lawsuit is coming. Stop playing. Y'all gotta run that coin up. That's y'all gotta run that coin up. In other news, A$AP Rocky has been found not guilty in firearm assault case that happened in 2021 in LA. A$AP Rocky jumped in Rihanna's arms like that dude jumped on the judge that day. And I don't blame him. You facing 8 to 25 years, and to get off is, hey, for real. I can't do nothing but applaud. And certain things like this, that's why it goes to trial. He was caught. He was caught in 5K, 6K on camera. But when you went into trial, you had the person who was alleged the victim got on that stand and showed his tail. A$AP really showed his tail. So it's just like, I don't even know where he goes from there, because he messed up his whole case. And that's another thing in regards to this conversation. Understanding where you are, how to talk to people, how to have some discernment, how to hold a conversation. All these things come into play. Because people asking you questions, you forgetful, you're lying on the stand. You know what I'm saying? You using tactics, all this stuff, other stuff. That's the reason why he got off. That's why A$AP got off. And he knew something that we didn't know. Because a lot of people, when they threw out the plea to A$AP Rocky, people was just like, that's pretty a good plea for what you looking for. Because he was looking to get hit with the book about at least 8 to 25 years, probation, all the things included. But what his plea looked very favorable for his situation. But he knew something we didn't. He knew that man on the stand that's going against him was not going to articulate himself well. And it's all about time and place. People do talk about code switching and stuff like that, but yes, it matters though. It matters how you hold yourself and how you talk in a certain environment. That's important. Yeah, you can be yourself, but also you need to understand in this certain environment, if you're not going to have some discernment, you're not going to be talking on an educational level. You feel me? Like you got people asking you questions. You want to be ignorant. It got threw out just like that. And as soon as it got threw out the next day, A$AP Rocky just got a huge deal with Ray-Bans. And shout out to A$AP. Shout out to A$AP Rocky. Hey, this is what you have lawyers for to fight for you. Hey, he got off. The funny thing is, he was about to get a charge for jumping on Rihanna like that. God dang, that boy leaped. But look here. Hey, my wife in there, and I'm facing a certain amount of years. I'm going to leap on her too, for sure. Because you just don't know. Your life is on the line. Your livelihood, everything is on the line at that point. And that verdict, that judge can change your whole life. So shout out to everybody in that situation. And for me, I feel like that went by fast. You have a lot of these cases like the Diddy case and a lot of these high profile cases that are, you know what I'm saying? You had the Tory Lanez case that lasted about 2-3 years. It felt like, you feel me? So they reached the verdict very soon on that one. But hey, shout out to A$AP Rocky, man, being free and doing what he got to do. You know what I'm saying? Doing what he got to do. Now he's a brand ambassador. Now he's doing a lot of great things as far as in the fashion mogul world. Hey, I don't got nothing to say but good things about it. Hey, look here, you already know what I'm repping right here. I'm repping for hip hop. If you see this Nas shirt I got on, you know what I'm saying, what y'all know about this. This is the Illmatic Nas days, if y'all really know. I want to talk about some hip hop. So let's talk about hip hop, man. J. Cole just dropped a surprise track called Clouds, and I love the rollout in which J. Cole is doing. Like from his podcast that he just popped out with, the Inevitable podcast, to where he was dropping the content, dropping his old content, to this. Now he's talking about the blog era. But I will say, with this Clouds track, all that solidifies for me, as far as J. Cole, is that he's been the best rapper of this generation. Honestly, a lot of people have overlooked J. Cole, in which I don't understand why. Because if you talk about lyrically, rappability wise, bars wise, like content wise, J. Cole is him. J. Cole is really him. And this Clouds track just speaks more to it. Because from the 2020s to now, he's been the best rapper. I think it's clear cut. You can say what you want about the whole situation or the whole beef thing, whatever the case may be. You can never challenge J. Cole's rapping ability. And he showcased it again. He showcased it again on this. This track right here is one of them ones. From the flow, from the cadence, from the first verse, which was crazy, and then to that second verse, he left Earth. God's here. And what I really love about J. Cole as well, too, is not just his rapping ability. It's also what he's talking about, the content, the subject matter. Like in this second verse and all throughout this new surprise track he dropped, he's talking about like the reality of what we're going through. AI replacing humans. You have AI that's everywhere now, replacing humans and jobs. You have the kids addicted to the screens, addicted to the iPad, addicted to the internet, the Wi-Fi, ruining the childhood experience. He talked about the lack of ownership in the streaming era, which is very important now because a lot of people think that these rappers and artists make a lot of money off of the streaming, but you really don't. You know what I'm saying? If you're not purchasing these items, it takes you millions of streams to actually profit. He talk about, like, in that conversation, it's like renting versus buying in a sense. Then he also talked about the greed aspect of the billionaires being greedy and how the economy is today. It's like refreshing to hear J. Cole throughout the midst of all these things that are going on, because when you hear J. Cole, you know he's coming not just with the rapping ability, but a message as well too. The lyrics that match what's going on in these times. He has a unique sound that has the ability to catch people's ears when he's talking. You feel me? Like, J. Cole is 101, man, and I will say that y'all can debate it all you want. Argue with a wall with me. J. Cole, rapping ability, bars, lyrics, has been the best rapper, and I don't think it's debatable. I don't think it's debatable at all. We talk about the big three so much. I'm a huge Drake fan. I think Drake is the best rap artist for sure. I think Kendrick, he's one of them ones as well too. He deserves his praise too. But J. Cole, it's always been, okay, well, yeah, maybe he's third in the, no, he's not. No, he's not. He's not 2 or 3. He's been the top one. He's been the top one. And if you go back from all these verses, you even go back to the album he just dropped, we might delete this later. Elite level rapping with content. You feel me? And then you go back from the off season to now, from 2021 to now, versus the features. He's bodied every single feature, every single verse, every single project that he's dropped. Top tier. And the fall off, and I think, for me personally, being a J. Cole fan, I think he has multiple classes, but the fall off, I think is going to be one of the ones that's going to be an instant classic. I think it might be his best rapping that we ever heard. The way he just rapped on this Clouds track, I don't think nobody touching J. Cole. I don't think in this generation anybody has touched J. Cole. For real. We're talking about pure rap. Pure rap. He's untouchable, bro. Untouchable. So, like, for what he did on this track, man, I'm looking forward to the follow. I'm looking forward to the music. And it's another reason why I'm wearing this Nas shirt, because he didn't let Nas down for sure. In hindsight, J. Cole did not let Nas down, because what J. Cole showcased throughout his whole career is that even though he has hit songs, like based on the content and the way he rapped, that wasn't always the motive for him. You know what I'm saying? His songs just rung off because the ability to be an MC and to cultivate an audience. And then with this blog space, I love what he's doing in this blog space, because J. Cole has always been one of those artists that have been like direct to consumer. You know what I'm saying? As far as the concerts, the $1 concerts, the things that he does as far as rolling out his music is for the people. And in this blog experience that and I love that he's bringing back like the blog field and the blog era. In this blog, I feel like he's going to release a lot of music that's going to catch our ears and just solidify his spot at number one. Rapping ability wise, I just don't see how you cannot look at him as not number one. Now, if we move the goalposts a little bit further, we talk about rap artists and artistry. Drake is him. Drake has also just got another number one, his 14th number one, and PND's first number one. With the recent album he just dropped, man, Some Sexy Songs for You, which is an amazing body of work, especially for Drake and PND fans. It's right up that alley for their audience. And one thing that Drake does well in his albums and his projects and his music is that it's not just only relatable. It stands the test of time. It's like timeless music. It's things that you can go back to, that you're going to catch on, that you're going to continue to listen to, because it shows its value even more over time. With this album, of course, me being a Drake fan, I love the album, but this album is going to be one of them ones. And they sold 250K. And I think that's a perfect number. I think that's a perfect number, barring with everything that has happened. This man just dropped a number one album in R&B. All these things that are happening, all this hate train, all this fake Drake forced hate, all this. Look, he shows you that he's still him. You cannot deny his artistry. You can't deny his artistry. And the songs that he has on there is out of here. Like, you have the songs, he has 21 songs that are, all the 21 songs that had charted on the Billboard. He also has the Nokia, the Give Me a Hug, the Die Trying, those songs that are charting very well that possibly can reach number one. Like, give him his credit, bro. Give him his credit. If you really look at everything in the optics of everything that just happened, he just went up against the whole industry. He's going through label issues. He went up 20 verse 1. No matter what anybody says about him losing the battle to Kendrick, he went up against multiple different artists. He came back with a number one album. Come on now. Come on. It's time to give him his credit. It's time to give him his credit. We haven't seen anything like this. It's a certain few artists that we've seen like this from. You have the Waynes, you have the Kanye, you have the Jay-Z. Those are all anomalies. And he's in that same category, if not superseding it number-wise. 250K off of all these things that just happened. He just dropped a week after the Super Bowl, a week after all this forced Drake hate to me. And then also he's touring now. Like, when it's time to give these artists and these legends their credit, let's do it now. And also, it's not to say that you have to hate on them or hate on Kendrick or hate on Drake or hate on Cole to like the other one. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. I think we need to appreciate the times that we're in, because guess what? We've all got music from all of them in this time span. 2024 was one of the biggest years for the big three. One of the biggest years that we've seen. No matter whose side you on, no matter what you think, they all are elite. They're all the legends. And hey, give them their credit while they're here. Give them their credit while they're here. Also, Drake sold out 3 shows at Wireless, including day 1, which is featuring Summer Walker and PND. Day 2, Mandem. I wonder who that's going to be. And day 3, Burna Boy and Vibes Cartel. Yeah, I mean, just at the end of the day, y'all can't kill Drake, no matter what y'all say. Y'all can't deny the artistry. You can't deny the greatness. This man's been doing it for 15 plus years, and he's been running the game for the last 15 years as well, too. So let's appreciate the music. Why? Let's appreciate them while they still here. And let's stop moving the goalposts. And that goes for all three of them. Let's stop moving the goalposts in regards to the conversations that we're having about content. Because a lot of people talk about the content that Drake's make, but we don't talk about the legends that drop and talk about the same things over and over again, but we still look to their music. Like, for example, Kendrick has his music and his demographic. He doesn't change his content. Cole has his lane, his demographic. He doesn't change his content. Let's talk about to our legends. Let's talk about to the Snoop Dogs. Let's talk about to all these legends, Wayne, Jay-Z. All of them have never changed their subject matter, but you guys want Drake because you hate on him. You want him to change the subject matter. But he's always going to be relatable. He's always going to have the girl songs. He's always going to have the rap songs intertwined. He's always going to have pop songs as well too. I just think it's time to stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's stop overlooking the greatness of all these artists that we talking about, for real. I think it's time for us to realize that we can respect and like all these artists, and not just hate on them as well. AI is scary, just like J. Cole talked about in that recent track I talked about earlier, the Clouds track. AI is scary because I just seen an AI, y'all. I don't know if y'all seen it. I seen an AI of Tupac. I don't know if that was a real person or not, but that looked just like Tupac. It went viral, but I'm like, golly, man, like it's really hard to differentiate what is real and what's fake now. That's why it's just like, the internet can be such a powerful, positive place, but it also could be such a negative place because it's like you're watching the world change. You're literally watching the world change. You're watching films and TV shows and movies based off of robots, you know what I'm saying, being prevalent, and it's scary. It's a scary space we're in. When you think about 2025, when you were younger, I'm a 95 baby. So when I was younger, yes, I believed that it was gonna be flying cars and stuff like that. But when it actually is happening, it's scary, bro. It's scary, especially when you have AI, somebody that can, like, you can have a person behind the screen creating a whole format of content based off of somebody else's likeness and image, and that can mess up somebody's brand real quick. You for real? Like, it's scary times that we in. Also, rest in peace, man. Rest in peace to Biggie's mom, Miss Wallace. That was very, very sad. It's kind of bittersweet because she does get to see her son now. If you believe in that, I surely believe in God. So she does get to see her son now. It's just unfortunate because while she was here, I don't think she got the justice for her son. You know, if you really think about Biggie and Tupac being unsolved murders is ridiculous. We're in 2025 and they still haven't solved it. Yes, you may have the streets or conspiracy theories that have solved it for themselves, but like outwardly, as far as a charge, it hasn't been solved. And it's tough because it's one of these situations where these rap icons that controlled rap at a certain point and elevated rap at a certain point to where it was out of here, where we're going to automatically be the top genre, and then to have destruction happen right in front of our eyes and it never be solved is the craziest thing to me. Craziest thing. But rest in peace to Miss Wallace, man. Like, it's a sad day for hip hop, but also, like I said, I believe in God, and also I believe that you will meet again one day. So that's special in that regard, because as we know, as far as if you, especially a Biggie fan, you know how much he loved his mom. So that's tough. That's tough. On to basketball and sports. The All-Star weekend just passed. Lackluster, man. Lackluster. For real. The All-Star weekend is not what it once was. And Matt McClung is really putting the All-Star weekend on his shoulders as far as viewership, as far as the dunk contest. And it's messed up because he still hasn't had an opportunity to play in the league. You know, he has accolades and achievements in the G League. But, like, for this to be a 3-time champion of the dunk contest and him not have an opportunity to play in the NBA, it's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. And I don't think his game is lacking anywhere because he's actually a hooper. But, like, he's putting the dunk contest on his shoulders. And now I feel like he's opened the eyes to these other superstars that need to join, bro. Like, it shouldn't. And also, I will say, like, as far as the NBA and Adam Silver, we can't keep putting the blame on him. Like, the players got to actually have the want to. You getting paid millions of dollars. You shouldn't have to have an incentive to come out to All-Star Weekend and perform and do what's best for the fans. Because at the end of the day, you don't get paid as an athlete if it's not for the fans. The fans bring in revenue and viewership, etc. Without the fans, this is nothing. And that goes for any sport. So I think that needs to be talked about more, bro. Like, showing up for the fans. Like, they going out there buying tickets when they want to see you. LeBron just backing out, at the last minute. You know how many kids or people that look up to LeBron and was looking forward to him to play, and he backed out the last minute. You feel me? Like, these type of things need to be discussed and talked about more often, because we, the fans, control all of this. Without our dollar, without our investments into these sports, these players wouldn't be getting paid millions. So when we come out and show out, we want the athletes to come out and show out too. We should see John Morant in the dunk contest. We should see Zion Williamson in the dunk contest. We shouldn't have to have Matt McClung from the G League, who's been dominating the dunk contest, for us to show for that to be shown on TV. Like, what I do love now that the women doing that, or the men are not doing, they're being very creative. They have an unrivaled basketball scene that is 3-on-3, 1-on-1. We have to start getting into that. Fridays should be, yes, the Rising Star Challenge, the celebrity game, that's cool. But you need to mix it up. You need to do something different. Like, Friday, you should be drawing all the eyes to the NBA. Because the All-Star game used to be a spectacle. It used to be something that a lot of people would rush home to, even on Friday. Saturday, with you had one of the main events, the 3-point contest and the dunk contest, waiting on that. Then you also had the game. Like, on the game, for the game, it was like 30 minutes of playtime and 2 hours of ads and everybody talking. Love Kevin Hart to death, but like, I don't want to see Kevin Hart talking the whole show. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was good that, the dedication to the TNT cast with Shaq, Kenny, Charles, and Ernie was lovely. Got it. But never in any circumstances should we as fans be watching the game for only 30 minutes and everything else is commercial, ads, and you guys promoting something. Come on now. We gotta do better, bro. Entertainment wise. You really think about how much money people are paying for these seats? You feel me? The economy is messed up, and people are actually dedicating their times, dedicating their lives to come out there, man. So I think it's time to be creative in some aspect. The NBA needs to have a Team USA versus World. You know what I'm saying? Like, that would bring in more of the entertainment factor, and be serious about it, bro. Be serious about it. I understand that you guys have games and stuff like that, and the All-Star Weekend is a sense of a break, but also it's an accomplishment too to be an All-Star. You're the under 1 percentile. Not only in the NBA, but now you become an all-star or a superstar in a space where it's anomalies all around you. So, like, it's time for you to show up. It's time for, and there's certain people that show up and compete, but we need everybody that's collective to come out there and compete. Not only just have fun, but actually compete and make it entertaining. Make it entertaining. I don't know why it feels like with sports, with certain sports games, it's time for something creative to happen as far as the NBA sporting games and all that stuff. It feels like the nostalgic was better. It felt like it was more excitement. It was more real back in the day. Now we've gotten to times it's just like these athletes are getting paid so much. Why do I care? You feel me? You shouldn't have to have an incentive in front of you to care. You already getting paid $100K per game. You feel me? Or millions per game. Like, let's get the fans what they came here to see. Anthony Edwards just tells former President Obama to stand down basketball convo. That went viral. Anthony Edwards. I love Anthony Edwards because he's authentic. He's him. He's not trying to be anything he's not. He reminds me of Marshawn Lynch. People were saying it's a time and place, but you know what I'm saying? I think he was just having a convo, having fun. But also, I did love what Anthony Edwards said about being the face of the NBA. Like, he said, I don't want to be the face of the NBA because it comes with also not just too much pressure, but it comes with a lot of eyes and people idolizing you as a role model. And like as Anthony Edwards said, I might have things going on outside of basketball in my public life, and it gets exposed, and now I'm looked at in a certain way. Now I'm the face of the NBA. Now it comes with a lot of pressure. And he was saying that's what you have Wemby for. No, I don't think he has a choice when it comes to the NBA about if he's the face of the NBA now, because when they putting them ad dollars in, when they got you in commercials, look here, you gonna do what you got to do. But I do respect the fact that he said that, because you don't have a lot of people that say that or come out and express themselves in that way. You know, you have certain legends and stars that they try to make the face of the league, like an AI. But guess what? With AI, when they were trying to make him the face of the league, they scrutinized him so much. They scrutinized him so much to where it's like, dag, like, I'm just really just being myself. Like, I have tattoos, I have, headband, all this other stuff. But guess what? I go out in that court and I perform each and every game. That's what I'm really, truly here for. And that's the same thing Anthony Edwards saying. I'm just trying to hoop, bro. I don't care about being the face of the NBA. You know what I'm saying? That's what you have these other superstars in the league for, like a Wemby. But it is sad because regardless of anything, once you get in those commercials, and once you start to be seen in a different light, and you're getting sponsorships and you get money outside of the basketball and the sport that you play, look, you don't really have a choice of being the face of the NBA. They're making you the face. You know what I'm saying? Which is unfortunate, but I get it. And I get that what Anthony Edwards is saying is like, I have things maybe going on outside of the court. I just want to be myself too. You feel me? Like, I got too many eyes already looking at me as a basketball player, and as soon as I step off the court, it is what it is. Because they're trying to, what the NBA is trying to do, they're trying to transition from the Steph Currys, from LeBron and KD, because they're on their way out. Now they're looking for the next person. Now they're looking for the Wembys, the Jaws, the Ant Edwards. They're looking for who's going to be the next face of the NBA that we can market. Because you already know this is about that money. It's about that moolah and what you can do to make the league stand out and be most impressionable to these young guys. Because that's who basically they're appealing to, is the youth. Once you have the youth as a demographic, then you got everything right now. That's what the appeal is. That's why, as far as like TikTok, as far as the songs and artists coming out, that's why a lot of the artists are trying to appeal to that, because it gets to the youth. It gets to the youth. Yes, you have other demographics that and age groups that that look onto sports and look at all those different things, but what really matters is that youth. Those people that's coming up. Birthday coming up, man. Birthday coming up, y'all. Hey, turning 30, man. Our 95 babies, look here. From 95 to 96, our time has come. Our time is here, bruh. I'm just blessed and thankful for another year. More life, more blessings, bruh. As you get older, you start adulting. You understand that? Look, at the end of the day, everybody has a everybody has a begin date and everybody has an end date. So like, while you're here, embrace the times that you're here. You know what I'm saying? Love on your family, love on your friends. You know what I'm saying? Embrace everything. Don't take it for granted, because it can be gone tomorrow, bro. Like, it can be gone tomorrow. So like, I'm just thankful for another year. 30, man. Pisces games, we out here, man. It's coming up. It's coming soon. We here, y'all. We are here. And question of the day before we get out of here, guys. Question of the day before we get out of here. My question to you guys. I wanted to have a little relationship talk, I guess you could say it. My question to you guys, what if you have a friend, like one of your close friends, they know something about your partner or the person that you're talking to. Do you still end up talking to the person, or do you take your friend's advice and don't talk to the person? I think that was a good question. I've seen it pop up a lot on social media recently, and I think it's a good question. I think that it's all about your judgment, and I think if you have a friend that is looking onto somebody or they know something about a person, I think you should take that information for what it is. But I also think you need to figure out yourself as well too. Nowadays, people have their own opinions, or, you know what I'm saying, people don't have their own mind to think. So I do think if I was in that position, I would take the information for what it is, but I also would try to figure out myself. Because in all honesty, a lot of people do show you their representative until it's time not to. You know what I'm saying? And you do have a lot of situations to where, you know, you have friends that be like, oh, I told you so. I told you about this person. But like, you know what I'm saying? The best teacher in life is really learning yourself and experiencing things yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's where the real lessons come into play. So like, if your friend's telling you this and that, and you shouldn't deal with this person, you should watch out for this person, yes, take it in, understand it, but you know what I'm saying, gain some knowledge yourself about that said person. Because I've had plenty of situations to where I've told friends like, hey man, they may not be, you know what I'm saying, it's not really my place, but they may not be the best for you, you know what I'm saying? And come to find out, it may have worked out, it may have not. You feel me? But I think that learning experience is a lesson, and it's a teacher in itself as well too. I think that's very important as well too, man. Hey man, make sure you guys like, share, subscribe. Much love to you guys. Make sure you guys are tapping into the content, sharing the content. My old listeners, my new listeners, man, I just want to say thank you for everybody that's in the chat, for anybody that's watching. Make sure you guys follow me on this platform on TikTok Live, man. I will follow back. I want to show love and support to everybody's content, to everybody's page. Hey, I just want to continue to grow organically. You know what I'm saying? I want to continue to grow organically. And I just want to say much love to you guys, man.